Welcome to Pageants and Tangents, the cipher is live. I'm Adrian, the founder, keeping this asylum in drive. Next up is Haley, dancer with the crown. Harvard journalism student, the most sensible in town. Then we got Peyton, Miss Georgia Vol with the art. Speed painting, chicken lover, she's the emotional heart. Finally Morgan, waist snatcher, training the best. Mama Morgan off the rails, putting the crew to the test.
Hello guys, welcome back to Pageants and Tangents, where we occasionally talk about pageants. What did you think of the intro, Morgan? I can see you bopping. Peyton's gone already. This is why I said Peyton couldn't monitor the Instagram comments.
Dude, that was a freaking bop. Mama Morgan training the best, period. I posted something today where it's like switching. It goes from like a Taylor Swift bop to, I think it's Travis Scott, and at the end it says upper echelon, and I'm like, period, upper echelon.
I was telling the AI what to do. Welcome back, Peyton. Do you see why now I said you couldn't monitor the Instagram comments?
Yeah, but it only happened because you played the intro.
It was
my
iconic.
fault now?
Yeah.
It was iconic.
We have now, Haley, prior to this, called a family meeting, and I realized now that the four of us have become a family, we bicker about stuff like a family. I just don't know which role each of us plays. So I feel like I'm probably, I don't know what, Haley, what role do you play? If we're some sort of dysfunctional family, which person are you? Are you like the high achieving daughter, the mom? Which role are you playing?
I think I get high achieving daughter for being like the OCD, always put together early one, maybe.
Cool. Peyton, what are you then?
I'm definitely the family dog. For sure. I'm for sure the rabid family pet. Whatever. Hamster, probably. Gerbil, maybe.
Now I'm just thinking of taking old Yeller out the back and shooting her. That's what
I can't even watch that movie. I can't
either. That's terrible.
That was a movie? I thought it was just a saying. I didn't realize. Was that an actual movie?
I think Old
What
Yeller's
movie?
like a whole movie.
It's so sad.
It traumatized all these kids. I can't watch that. I can't watch Bambi. I can't watch The Fox and the Hound. You want to mess me up? Fox and the Hound. And then, are y'all too young? Did y'all watch My Girl?
Yes.
Oh,
He needs his glasses.
Good. I watched Marley and Me once. Outside of My Girl,
Oh.
My Girl doesn't count. But any movie with an animal in it, I'm just like, just count me out. I've refused to watch Seabiscuit. I don't know what happens in Seabiscuit, but I'm not watching it. I'm not even risking it.
I like watching Air Bud.
Marley and Me was just horrific because my girlfriend at the time wanted me to watch Marley and Me with her, and I knew it was a mistake. Like, unless you want your arm pulled off and you want to be used as a handkerchief, don't see an animal movie, especially one about a dog, with your girlfriend. It's not going to end well. She also, was it like Water with Elephants or Water for Elephants? There was some movie like
Water
that.
for Elephants.
I
You
refused.
ever been to a movie and you watch it and you have no idea what you just watched? That's how I felt with that movie.
Yeah.
And everyone was telling me it's great. I'm like, okay, no idea. Anyway, Morgan, so we've got high achieving daughter. We've got Old Yeller. Who are you going to be in this dysfunctional family?
I'm like the really cool, childless, rich aunt who rolls in fresh off of like some holiday and spoils the kids and then leaves, tells everyone where she's been and what she's done, and then dips out, but like in a black sheepish way, like tattooed, leather, designer.
You can see this.
That hits pretty close.
Yeah.
I think I'm the crazy uncle that everyone talks about in hushed tones.
See, I almost like see us as like a weird somehow blend of like Modern Family. Have y'all seen Modern Family before, right? Like, I just feel like we're kind of like how they have like this weird little thing, like we're the Modern Family thing.
I'm Lily.
Honestly,
I don't know what that means. Okay, I haven't seen that, so
humor
you have to
that
tell
comes
me.
out of her is hysterical, like factual. My husband and I watch Modern Family every day when we eat lunch, and
I hope you all got that reference just then.
Lily is the daughter of the gay couple.
That's how I feel every time I do a pageant.
I love you so much.
You know what I'm talking about? Everybody
Yes.
else on the live that's
And
watching.
she's
me,
incredible. How I feel is when she
good.
took the family photo and she was like, for every smile, I'm like, why does that feel like me? Do y'all ever just take pictures and you feel like you're absolutely eating, and then
No,
you see
I do
the
not.
photo and it's like horrible?
Yeah.
I get that.
This
I
is
have
why.
never taken a photo where the thought running through my head is I'm eating. I have never had that happen to me in my
I
life.
mean, not even eating, but like you feel like you look decent
Oh.
enough at least.
No.
Shut up. Oh. Well, just so you know, if you're ever at a social event and you're with me and you're like, let's take a photo, we're using my phone or my husband's and I'm handing it to him because like if I don't look cute, I'm not, or if you're not posting that crap later. I had the mean girl friends in high school who would like post the best pictures of themselves, and then I'm in the back looking like an absolute like
Dingus.
wretched human, just repulsively bad. So now I'm like, if we all don't look iconic, then it's not going up. That's one thing I love about my friendship with Layla Nasser is this girl, if she ever posts a picture with me, she's making sure we all look tea before that picture gets posted. She's not embarrassing anybody.
I mean, I'll take tips all day. I mean, Haley at one point sent me a DM maybe a couple of months ago, like how I got into pageants. And rather than answering, because everyone asks me that, I actually created a YouTube video about it. And it takes me an hour to explain the whole story. And I just sent it through to her. And then she saw the thumbnail, because for that thumbnail, I deliberately picked the first ever photo I ever took with a pageant girl. She was over here, Australian. Her name is Tasha Ross. I think she's married now, actually with child. It is, I mean, Haley, could you describe the visual feast that confronted your eyes when I sent you that YouTube video?
Well, she's over here being a title holder, like very normal. And then there's Adrian.
Yes.
And it's like, you know the video of that frat that's going around right now and they're all standing in the basement? You know what I mean? Have you guys seen this? Just like,
I know what I look like.
Okay, I'll have to send you guys this later. But just stiff as a board, standing next to her, very awkward, uncomfortable. Yeah, I think you just have to see the photo.
Like, is your arm like around her?
Not to just like behind her, but very obviously so, I think.
No. My arms were by my side because God forbid I put my hands anywhere near a girl, because I'm a well-trained Asian boy. And I can say that because I'm an
You're
Asian.
maintaining COVID distance.
Yeah, but this was like 3 years before COVID. That'd make it even better.
Boy.
He's just a gentleman.
He's just a gentleman and a scholar.
You can put it that way. I think Haley said desiccated corpse, if I'm remembering correctly. Thank you for that, Haley. Look, Haley wasn't a word wrong. This is the thing I say about Haley. She's honest, right? And I sent it to her, and then I had to give her permission to make fun of it, because I said I sent this and the photo is awkward, because otherwise she would be like, that's what I was thinking, but she was too nice to say anything. Haley, I also sent that clip around of you calling me out on your YouTube video. That was fun. So you put up your blogs on YouTube, and I go to watch them as a supportive friend, and within the first 5 seconds, you're calling me out. Would you like to explain the context of that?
So in our first interview, you had watched all of my travel vlogs as Miss Earth USA, and on one of my trips in Miami, I introduced mint chocolate Milanos to Nikki Candela, Miss US International, who traveled with me a lot because we were title holders under Live and Rock Productions at the same time. And she's all like cute and careful. She's very princessy in the way that she moves in general. And she just carefully bites into this Milano. And I love Milanos. So in the video, I just like chomped into this thing. That is not what I did. Okay. It was slightly more graceful than that. And Adrian made fun of me for that in our first video. And there are a lot of snacks in my Miss Earth vlog series, lots of American snacks that I brought with me. And I knew that I was going to get called out for all of the food in my videos. So I was telling you ahead of time not to say anything about it, because I ate a lot in that video, actually.
What is it called when you eat on camera? Is it mukbang? Is that what they?
Yeah.
I feel like there's probably a niche for like pageant girl mukbang out there. I don't know.
I'll do it. I volunteer as tribute. Sorry.
My question, I mean, I don't know. I guess there are people who enjoy
It'll be
watching
Waffle House.
people eat. I'm the opposite. Do y'all not get angry when you hear people chew?
I can't do the sound. It grosses me out. I get
If I had
nauseous.
to listen, like, Peyton, I love you with every fiber of my being.
Here we
But if
go.
I have to
Here we
listen
go.
to you go down on like hash browns and chopped and chunked and whatever, and I can physically hear the saliva in your mouth and like
Thank you.
I'd rather drag my butt across the concrete than
But
listen
will
to
you?
that.
But will you go to Waffle House with me to eat?
Yeah. But if we're
Is
in
she
a
just
mouth
like
quiet
this?
room, no, I'll
Yeah.
sit with you in public to eat. But like if I was in your like if I'm in your hotel room and you're eating and there's no noise outside of you eating, I gotta turn on the TV. I don't like to hear myself chew, which is why I have to watch TV when I eat. Like my husband and I can't just sit at the dinner table and have dinner in the silence because I will get angry.
So maybe there's a niche that I need to fill on TikTok that is pageant girls eating with TV playing in the background.
I would watch that as long
Okay.
as I can't hear you chew. But that would also probably be very therapeutic for pageant girls to see another pageant girl actually eat
Yes.
real food. Look at
Thank
us.
God.
I'll do it. I volunteer as tribute. Waffle House, please sponsor this.
Waffle House.
What
I
are we
will
on?
say,
Episode 6 of me saying that?
We used to go live on Twitch back when we were doing this podcast over in the UK. And what I didn't saying this now is going to sound stupid to you guys. Okay. I was a bit more naive. I didn't realize that if you get on a podcast with 3 good-looking pageant girls and you go on Twitch, which is a video game streaming platform, that the comments are going to be,
Nice.
block, delete. And I don't remember which episode it was because I think I only did it once. And the half of the episode was spent me on the comments tab going delete, delete, block, delete. It was interesting.
Leave them out. Get feral.
You know, there's a market for it, Peyton. The only question is, do you want that market? And I don't think you do.
I
The
feel
real
like
question
TikTok
is,
should
can you
a safe
monetize
space.
it?
Yes, I can.
Yeah,
Well,
actually, we've done well enough now that we've begun monetizing on Facebook, guys. Hello, people watching on Facebook.
Hi,
Guess how much we've earned in the last month?
30 cents.
I was going to say 38.
$2.
That's really good.
Okay. What makes me mad is I got an invite on Facebook to like set up my Facebook monetization.
Yeah.
And then it gives me a notification. It's like, fill out your tax info. So I filled it out.
Yeah.
It just keeps telling me to fill it out again. But I have filled it out so many times. And I'm like, listen, I'm not making any money off of this anyways, Facebook. But like, if you don't want to pay me, just say that.
No, send a message to Facebook support. They should help you with that. It might take a while. I've had similar issues with Facebook. I'm not Facebook biggest fan. Sorry, Zuckerberg fans, if there are any in the world. I can't stand Facebook. Yeah, the interface is just so confusing.
I have
Hey,
learned
are we doodling again today?
Yeah.
Continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to
I
interrupt.
have learned that people, when they make like rage bait content, it's solely because they're getting paid off of it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Like they get paid from people commenting and being like, this is stupid, you spelled this word wrong, or like whatever's irritating the people who are watching it. I'm like, oh, like y'all are just, you're making more money every time they comment. Like the hate actually pays you.
Yeah, that's why they're doing it.
I used to just sit there and be like, why, what's the point of this? And then I got into the monetization thing on Facebook and I was like, oh, y'all getting paid for like every comment.
Yeah, every comment, every view, everything. I mean, it's clickbait, rage bait. It's called that for a reason. I get super triggered if that's a word by any grammatical spelling mistake. That just sends me into an irrational rant, and so I have to close the app. I went on a rant with Haley last week after a podcast episode because she uses controllers. This is something I don't know if I can really explain. She thought it was hilarious. I'm a mouse and keyboard player. Haley cheats using controllers on her Switch.
Cheating. Basically, everyone uses
Haley cheats
for the most part.
using aim assist on her Switch, and that sent me into a rant. Morgan has no idea who we're talking
No, I
about.
do. My
Peyton's
husband's a video
doodling.
game nerd, so I'm confused. Haley, are you a video game nerd?
A little bit.
We were talking
I
about
wouldn't have
Fortnite.
guessed that.
No, me neither.
Like,
When
if
I
you
heard
told
that, I
me
was
with
like,
like
really?
two truths
You?
and a lie, I would have thought
Yeah.
that was the lie.
Let's play that right now.
Can we? Can we actually?
What? Oh,
Okay,
two truths
bet.
and a lie. I said, can we play Fortnite now? I was like, no, we
Oh.
can't play Fortnite now.
Oh, I thought we
Two-
were playing Fortnite. I'm
No,
sorry.
two truths and a
But
lie.
we
Two
will
truths
be
and a
able to do
lie.
that. This is something that actually, with technology being the way it is, we could do. But I mean, Haley is so competitive and she
Wait.
cheats. So I have no chance.
There's no,
Can
I
you
mean,
imagine?
You cheat. It's literally called
okay.
aim assist.
We would be on the same team. We could play as a quad. Can you imagine the four of us playing Fortnite
Yeah,
as a quad
we're
against
all on
other
this-
quads of
I don't
people? It would be
understand.
hilarious.
I play
Hey,
Candy
do you
Crush.
have any idea what we're talking about?
No.
Oh, so Peyton's going to be the old yeller. We'll shoot her. We'll take her out the back literally and shoot her. And then we can just be the three of us and have some idea what we're doing. I'm sorry, Peyton.
And what
Can-
if you
can we-
let me play and I literally whooped all of y'all?
That's not going to happen.
And then pigs would fly.
We could carry you.
I believe in you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Morgan.
You
You're
just have
welcome.
to
The
I
only
let
have
us.
faith in
The
you,
only
but I'm
one
not
of the
gonna-
team. Word.
I told you, we're not a team anymore. We've become a dysfunctional family. But can I say, because I feel like I've been ripping Peyton the whole, and like it's been unintentional as well. She just keeps digging the hole for herself. But I will say, Peyton, when I look back at these clips and I get the AI to clip it and I ask it, find the funniest bits. Guess who's always got the funniest bits?
Me. What are you
It would
talking
be
about?
Morgan if she was allowed.
Me.
Well,
Absolutely me.
if it's behind the scenes clips, maybe, but we can't play those for the
Can't.
public now, can
Peyton
we?
is hysterical. I should
For
start
sure.
making clip it edits of the four of us with just the most off the cuff things that
Yeah.
we say.
Oh, it makes the AI go deranged because it can't keep up with what we're talking about because it looks for unifying themes. And I'm like, good luck with that because I can't find any. I
don't-
still remember. You remember when Peyton sung the When I Was a Young Warthog? Do you remember that,
Yes.
Peyton? 'Cause that
When
stuff
I
was-
was- Incredible.
Yeah.
I can't do this. All right, Haley. So this is your Fortnite team. How are you feeling?
Optimistic.
We're playing two truths
Why?
and a lie.
Why are you optimistic? Okay, how do you play two truths and a lie? So
It's exactly
we just
what
say
it sounds
three
like.
things.
You
Okay,
say
so
two
Morgan-
truths about
you
yourself
go
and then
first.
a lie.
Okay, you go first.
And then
Boom.
we have to guess. No, I want Haley to
I
go
love that.
first.
My signature.
Oh, you want Haley to go first? All right.
I have to
Think on your feet.
Think on your feet. Think on your feet.
I have to think of some. Okay.
I was allowed to have sugar today.
Can tell.
Red dye 40.
Actually, it was green dye 60, I think. I don't think that
All
is.
those additive numbers. Sorry, Haley. I want you whenever
Go ahead.
you're ready.
Anyways,
Okay. I used to live in Alabama. I played soccer in high school. And I was an extra in a movie.
So do we just guess which one's a lie?
Yes, you do.
Mhm.
Well, I'm going to go extra in a movie.
Okay.
I
Anybody
feel
else?
like that's the truth. You didn't play soccer.
yeah, she didn't play soccer.
Absolutely not.
Yo,
There's no way.
Yo.
I played
No.
soccer.
I
Oh,
called it.
okay. It's always other people who have played soccer always know. You know what I mean? Like if
Who
you
plays
told me that
soccer?
you danced and you didn't dance, I would know.
Yeah.
I just feel like to play soccer, you have to have a slightly aggressive personality and you're too polite. Like I can't
Yeah.
see you with your feet to somebody else on the field without apologizing. Like you're too classy. Now I could, if you were like, I took cotillion, I'd believe that
Oh,
100%.
okay.
Can I just say, really, to not go off on a tangent here, but to Barry, who was watching on Facebook, and you're trying to advertise your interview coaching on our stream and then telling us how are we helping pageantry, would you like me to have a discussion with you afterwards? I know I blocked you now because I don't like dealing with comments like this, but between the four of us, how much we've contributed to the industry is going to dwarf you, and we're not going on your stream and advertising our businesses. So kindly go away.
Go away, Barry.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was watching his
People,
comments literally just like
seriously.
roll in. He's like, "This is my method," and it's like a 6-paragraph song, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Sir,
Oh,
get off!
I didn't know what
Off
we were
stage.
talking about.
Go away. We're
No,
playing
you
Two
don't
Suits
need
and a
you don't need
Theory."
to. But this is the world that we live in. Some people just like to hang off other people's tailcoats, and I'm not for that. Okay, don't go on people's because other people do this too. You know, like when you guys post up, let's say a photo, and you put the location on it, and then suddenly all those bots comment, "Send me this post. Send me this post. Send me this post." How about you do your own work? How's that for a concept? Thank you.
Yo,
TED Talk over.
TED Talk
Oops.
over.
Boom.
Somebody
Yeah.
pissed off Papa. Papa's mad.
I'm sorry, but there are certain
Look like a
things
real
that
boy, Papa.
there are certain things that trigger me. Haley
shit
using a
pissed him
controller
off.
triggered me, but
That's
people
really-
trying to profit off of what you're doing. Because look, guys, sorry, this is a tangent, but I've been working in this space for 10 years, and I've dedicated thousands of hours to the industry for free. And so for someone to then be telling me this is in no way related to pageantry and how is this relevant to pageantry, if you need me to connect the dots, you need to go back to kindergarten. Okay, thank you.
Also, pageants is only 50% of what we do. Tangents is the other 50, which is a prime example.
It's in the
Clearly.
title.
Mhm.
It's in the title, right? I mean,
Tangents.
people.
Tangents.
Sorry, but on another note, sorry, Win is Win is watching, and she said troll's going to troll. Win had a question for Haley. Haley, would you like to take this one?
She is from Fashion Nova. Fashion Nova has a lot of headshot tops. Highly recommend for photo shoot pieces, and then reuse for other events and share with your pageant friends.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Pageant Nova is that girl.
It is that girl.
She really is that girl.
Yeah. Yes, Peyton.
When you didn't ask, and I'm sorry, this is unsolicited. I need to see you in some kind of shade of purple for your headshots. I've seen your face before, and you're beautiful. And I feel as though you need to be in purple.
Hang on, are you talking to Win or are you talking to Haley?
When?
Win.
That's a good color for
Alright.
Win. I could see
When
that.
I don't know you, but purple sounds iconic, babe.
Yeah, I'm
100%.
really feeling like from all the way
Giving
from like
royalty.
electric purple, I could see like a mauvey purple. I could also see like a lavender.
Oh, yeah.
I could just see that with your coloring. That's just my eye.
I'm
So
gonna have to
take it or
to
leave it.
Facebook stalk this person after this now because I'm so
Win.
intrigued.
So just so you know, Win is one of the regulars in the weekly mock interviews, and she's an amazing
Okay.
woman. Like just
Hi,
hands
Win.
down, really lovely person, and she's got this like really cool hair. It's like short cropped, and she's got so much personality. And then she does these videos where she's walking on the treadmill, and she's such a genuine person. Like
Yes.
not I'm being authentic, and as the
No,
next pageant, no,
refreshing.
actual real person. And last week I got them to turn up in their interview outfits. And so, Win, if you want to go that extra mile, and not only Miss Cheekbones, you can sit in on the interview if you want, and you can give styling advice if you want. But Win is one of those people. One of those people when you see them, you just get excited.
Mhm.
Yes.
And then there's other people you see them and you go, you again. Like Win is the opposite of that. And so I'm excited to see Win back in the mock interviews because she was away for a couple of weeks. Winner said, ooh, purple, thank you. At Miss, I don't know how to pronounce that, Country Fair King in 1991, I wore purple. you go.
DuPage? DuPage?
DuPage. Yeah.
DuPage.
It sounds like and feels like from your aura and also from your face that you should be in purple. So take it or leave it. That's just my quirk brain. That's all.
Fashion
And she
Nova
does have a
purple
very
top
quirky brain.
search as soon as
Quirky
this
brain.
live is over. Win.
Okay. So, guys, I know we don't have a specific topic today, and I did that on purpose because when I try to have a specific topic, we don't get to it for an hour anyway. But what I would love you to do, whether you're watching on the gram, which Haley is monitoring, so if she doesn't say that you got a question, it's her fault, blame her. I'm monitoring Facebook minus Barry now, bye Barry, and
Hi,
YouTube. If you
Barry.
have any questions for us, we're going to try and answer them right now. Morgan had one question, but we do have a question here on Facebook. over from Christina, and I think this is a good question. So to a new person getting started, what is the best way to practice when you cannot afford an interview coach? We'll go around the room, but I will say quickly, Christina, I love this question, and you can get super far without an actual interview coach. And I say this as someone who taught himself how to play tennis using nothing but a video camera and examples, which is much easier now because you can go on YouTube. So what I want you to do, open your chat GPT. You can do this for free. Get it to ask you some interview questions vocally, not written. It will ask you a question out loud. Then you speak to it, you answer it, and then it can give you feedback. And then you can tailor it to say, I need more questions that help me shorten my answers. It is amazing. And what I want you to do, set up your phone at the same time, record your answers visually so you can see how you look, you can hear how you sound. You will do 90% of the work by yourself, and you don't need to pay anyone a thing. Obviously, if you need to get over the top a little bit, that's when the private coaching, or if you want mock interview with us or anyone else, that's your chance to practice under semi-realistic conditions. Because I get the girls, and Haley will know this, I get the girls to actually ask questions and act as judges as well, because that's super useful for you to know what a judge is looking for, and that helps you with your own interview. So that's what I would suggest, and that is for free. I wish more people would do it, because a lot of you are wasting money on coaching that you don't need. And I would throw myself under that bus as well. You don't need to come to me for a private session if you haven't practiced at all. You can do a lot of the practice yourself for free. And please do, because ChatGPT's feedback is better than some interview coaches. Just saying. Anyone else want to add to that? Throw down.
I would say your recommendation's A1, top tier. You can't beat it. Outside of that, pageants, if they do go into having like on stage questions, another thing to pay attention to if you're trying to be self-taught is you can probably find people who have posted their interview videos on YouTube, so you can actually watch the pageant setting where they're being asked questions, hear what it sounds like coming from a panel, pay attention to their body language and the way that, you know, they're moving their hands and stuff. One thing that I always got in trouble for with interview was I'm a big talker, so I had to learn to bring it in and just try to keep my elbows pinned to my side. So YouTube is going to be a really good thing to lean into, especially for on stage stuff as well. And girl, get it at nationals, pop off, queen. And also I'm going to shamelessly plug it because it's not expensive at all. Buy Adrian's freaking book. If you are self-taught, when I tell you, and this is, I don't have an Amazon link. I'm not getting a kickback for this, but when I tell you, if you are walking into any pageant, it's incredible, but especially if you are going in with limited help, you're going to learn so much, not just about what to expect and how to better prepare, but even about yourself in the process. So snag his book on Amazon. Adrian can drop the link somewhere after this goes posted. I don't know. But yeah, pull up YouTube, watch some of that. Yeah.
I appreciate that. And I agree with everything you said. I mean, look, I'm not saying anything against coaching if it's quality coaching. Do you need a coach to succeed? Common wisdom would be yes. I disagree because, I mean, look, I taught myself tennis. That's pretty complicated. There's a lot of moving parts and you need to learn biomechanics. If I wanted to go pro, yeah, I would have taken on a coach. But I built up my base to a level that I never would have been able to get to if I'd only been relying on my coach. Okay. Just because Morgan mentioned the book, I will drop a little clip about it there. And then we'll circle back to your questions if you have any, guys. But I'm also going to get Miss Peyton, Miss Georgia Volunteer, to walk us through her big adventure over the weekend because she was painting and I don't know if she was driving. Apparently that might not have been the best idea, but we'll get her to walk us through what she was up to on the weekend and we'll catch up with the gang as well. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes. All right. So, guys, this is my book, Beginner's Guide to Pageantry. I wrote it obviously for beginners, but also I think for a bit more. It ended a lot thicker than I intended. But rather than me talking about it, I'm going to get Morgan. Just tell me what you thought about it, because Morgan is the one that wrote the foreword to it. Tell people what you thought briefly.
My foreword was so impressive. Briefly, it's the most in-depth thing. I wasn't even fully expecting it to be as in-depth as it was going into it. It kind of blew my socks off when I tell you even coming into reading it as someone who's done pageants a million years ago, this is going to be beneficial for the newbie, absolutely, and a beginner, 100%. But even the most seasoned veteran, you are going to learn things and you are going to be challenged to level up your game in a way that I don't think even most coaches would think about encouraging you to do. So, my favorite part, outside of the fact that it's just incredibly thorough and super in depth, is the mental aspect that Adrian pushes on this. I have a master's degree in psychology, and I think that oftentimes people underestimate how much of a mental game competing in pageants is. So this is, without giving you any hints or any too many teasers, this is going to be the most in-depth book you will ever read about competing in pageants, but it's also going to lock in on the mental side of pageant prep as well, which is so beneficial, especially looking back hindsight as someone who did compete.
Thank you for that, Morgan. Check's in the mail. Guys, if you want to grab it, just go on Amazon, go to the Beginner's Guide to Pageantry, and now let's get you back to the show. All right, guys, let us go over. I'm going to show a clip from Peyton, who was busy over the weekend. I am going to need to mute it, unfortunately, because there's music on it, and we can't play copyrighted music on stream for obvious reasons. Peyton, can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can.
All right, so let's go through this. Peyton will walk us through what she was doing. Go for it.
So I was invited to make an appearance at the NASCAR race, the Auto Trader 400, this past weekend at Echo Park Speedway in Atlanta. And they asked me if I would come and do a quick speed painting and also a quick Q&A on stage. It was actually a stage on wheels. It was really cool. They got to pull this giant trailer out into the middle of the, I guess, the road. I don't know what you call that, the track. And I went to go speed paint up on that stage, but the wind was almost at 30 miles per hour. So I almost became a human kite, and they moved me to the green room quickly, and I was able to speed paint from there still, and made a little speed painting of Chase Elliott's car. Chase Elliott did not, unfortunately, end up winning the race, so I guess I'm not that good of a good luck charm. But I did get to talk a little bit about Miss Volunteer America and my mission stepping onto the Miss Volunteer America stage, and had a lot of really sweet words from people in the crowd. I got to sign some jerseys. I got to meet some really, really cool people. And overall, I just had a blast at NASCAR. This was on my bucket list as Miss Georgia Volunteer, so I'm really glad I got to check it off.
You didn't get the painting didn't get stuck to the easel this time.
It did not get stuck to the easel, and it sold 5 minutes after I did it. So
Shut up.
Yes.
Wait, was it auctioned?
No, so far I have sold every single speed painting that I've done. Even on stage and even in competition, the speed painting that I did at Miss Georgia Volunteer, one of them during prelim nights was sold that night. And then the one that I did on finals night, I donated to the school that was hosting us for the pageant. And so they have that. So it's been really cool. People watching me always ask, well, is that going to be for sale? And the answer is always, yeah. I mean, I don't want your money, but you can donate to St. Jude or you can donate to Brightside Cafe. So I've been able to raise a lot of money getting rid of my speed paintings on the spot.
Don't you do Frank Sinatra?
I did do Frank Sinatra at Miss Georgia Volunteer.
That's pretty thuggy. I mean, are we allowed to make requests?
I can paint you anything.
I feel like that's a really dangerous thing to say. So challenge accepted.
I'm
I don't know
an
what
artist.
yet, but we're gonna figure it out.
I can
We're
do
gonna
it.
figure it out.
Send me some inspo. I'll send it to you, or I'll bring it at Volunteer America.
I'm pretty sure you'll have enough crap to pack for MVA, so I'll send you a FedEx label. You can just mail her to me. Yeah, that's very impressive. Adrian was incredibly confused when, am I allowed to say that I've done really good with my mouth, but now that we're live, am I allowed to say what I sent to like the group text during her NASCAR thing? The H word?
I don't remember what you said.
Anyways.
I don't know. You're speaking in cryptic tongues.
I know.
Go for it.
So
Exercise
she
your
told
own
us where she
judgment.
was, I sent a text and I said, "Raise hell, praise Dale."
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh.
sweet, perfect, precious Adrian was like, "Who's Dale?" And I had to
Oh.
tell him about the true American hero of Dale Earnhardt that only rednecks really know or care about, but like
Can I just say, all right,
patriotic.
in my defense, I'm from Australia. I know that's not much of a defense, but
No,
to
y'all
give
don't have
context,
NASCAR there.
no,
You
but
should.
it's happened to me before. One time I was over in America, I think back in 2016. My friend said, let's go to, well, we were walking, I think it was in Chicago, which is Haley's favorite city. And we walked past Dunkin' Donuts, right? And my friend says, oh, have you ever been to Dunkin' Donuts? And the first words out of my mouth were, who's Dunkin'?
That's valid. That's valid.
Thank you.
And
Thank
it's
you. That's what I
delightful.
thought.
Do y'all really not have a Dunkin' Donuts? Y'all have Starbucks, right?
We have Starbucks. Yeah, I don't think we have Dunkin'.
Okay.
And there's a lot of things that you guys have over there that we don't have. I was
Yeah.
hearing about a sushi chain that you guys have in but there's in Jackson, Tennessee, because I was speaking to one of the Miss Tennessee volunteer girls, and she's oh, there's really good sushi in Tennessee. So there's a lot of culinary adventures that need to be done. But Peyton, so I mean, this was amazing. How was the day? How did the day go for you? Was it a long day?
It was a long day. We got there at 9 a.m. and did not leave until around 7:30, 8 p.m. It was freezing. And like I said, the wind was insane. I'll have to send you guys the picture that I got with the owner of the stadium. I ran into him on my way out and we took a quick picture together, but my hair was fully standing on end by itself and he could barely open his eyes for how hard the wind was blowing. It's pretty iconic. I actually think I need to post it on Instagram, but yeah.
Could you do it to
Wow.
like the I Believe I Could Fly song?
Oh yeah.
Or is he canceled because of
Yeah, I was going to say,
his
I've at times
proclivities?
wanted to use that song because of the lyrics, and then I remember who sings it. I'm like, I can't use it.
You know, I just feel like there's just can we just like ignore
can't.
it for like a second?
Yeah, I know, but I mean, it's kind of like the same
15-second
thing maybe
pass.
with. I find it a bit awkward using Michael Jackson songs for the same reason. Like,
We
I don't
love
exactly
Michael
know.
Jackson. We love Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And after all of the chaos that's come out with these things that are being
Mm,
publicly released now,
yeah.
it's actually coming out that he was a good guy. So that's what I'm believing
I
in.
hope so.
That's what I'm
I hope
believing
so.
in. Macaulay
Well-
Culkin rode hard for him and said that he like saved his life and protected him. So I'm like, I'm just gonna let him go out a legend in my mind, and
Yeah.
people are allowed to disagree. But like, I can't
That's
hate him. He's iconic. It'd be like if you asked me to hate Prince. It's not possible.
I was going to say when Peyton was talking about Purple, immediately what comes to my mind, Purple Rain. And the song is still playing on repeat in my head. Haley is going like, what are you guys talking about? Who's Prince? What's Purple Rain?
You know,
I know. I'm here.
She's like,
She's more well versed than that.
yeah, she's like, my parents raised me right.
Yeah.
Yeah, valid.
Let's give. Okay, let's give. We'll go back to Miss Georgia in a sec because I want you to tell the guys watching more about St. Jude if they're not familiar, because I think it's a very worthy cause. But I have noticed that because I do watch us back and I need to edit it down. Sometimes we get excited and we talk over poor Miss Haley. So Haley, how has your week been? What have you been up to?
So, it was good. I had class yesterday and I'm working on my first reporting assignment. So I'm going to an event this weekend to do live reporting for that. And then I'll have another one that I have to come up with for the following week. I submitted, I think, my 4th essay for my feature writing class. So I've been doing a lot of writing and I cut my hair shorter. I think I took about 5 inches off. So she's here now.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I know. I was going to do a lob, but that felt a little too traumatic. So we went with this. And I played Fortnite yesterday. And that's pretty much my updates right now. Yeah.
I think that's going to be the mind boggle of the night for me is that
Right.
you're a video game nerd.
Just a little.
I mean, it's not like, okay, so I'm going to put my husband on blast. The man used to play World of Warcraft. So it's not like you're like that nerdy. with it because like he had a whole gaming computer, but it's still, I mean, is multifaceted the right word for what a lot of pageant queens are? Like y'all have a lot of, there's just a whole lot of things that go on that we don't know about. And that one definitely shocks me. Definitely shocks me. I love that for you though.
Thank you.
Yeah. I will say it was one of the things that I found out about Haley, and I went, really? Because I was on an interview with someone else, and I got Haley to sit in, and she was just off camera. No one knew she was there. I mean, the person who was interviewing knew she was there. It's not like, spying on you. But then Haley popped on briefly, and she's like, oh, I'm just going to be playing Minecraft in the background. I'm like, I had to get ready for an interview, and that was immediately said, like, you play Minecraft? And then I got on the interview. After the interview, I was talking with her, and then I heard this chewing. I heard this like, like, what was that sound? Oh, I just ate a steak. I'm like, oh, okay.
Protein, baby. Protein, baby.
Multifaceted indeed. How are you finding being a Harvard girl?
It's fun. I don't know. It's not hard.
I was going to say, is it actually hard, or do we get to quote Legally Blonde where it's like, what? Like it's hard? Like, is it actually hard, or do you think it's comparable to any other graduate level degree course?
I think it's comparable, but I think the expectation is higher. So to get an A on an assignment, it has to be publishable in its current form, which is a high bar for new journalists. So the way my program is designed, it's for people who have some journalism experience. So you don't have to have a bachelor's degree in journalism or anything, which I don't. Mine is in biology. So you kind of get to ease into it, but right out the gate, first assignment, having to write something publishable to get an A was definitely a little bit daunting.
Okay, but and this is where y'all don't judge me, but when I was getting my master's, which after that I was done, Josh was like, you want to get a PhD? And I was like, no, that's just a little too much for me. I just kept telling myself, C's get degrees, because I was so stressed going into every course that they were going to be like, you're stupid, fail. Like, I was like, I don't know, the idea of graduate school to me, even while I was in the midst of it, was so overwhelming and intimidating that I just kept reassuring myself, C's get degrees, C's get degrees. And now any friend I have who's in college or grad school, I'm telling them the same thing. But I was curious about like Harvard, Yale, any of like the more Ivy League situations, what that would look like. It is cool now that Harvard has a lot of like those free online courses that people can take to get like little baby certifications. That's really unique. And I've been looking at some of them, and some of them look like a lot of fun. Random AF, but fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I think anytime education is accessible to everyone, it's a good thing, which is one of the reasons why I'm so big into like scholarship pageants at the moment, because I know that education for you guys costs 5,000 kidneys basically. And, if you don't come from money, the easiest way to make something of yourself is to get an education. And if that costs a lot of money, it's not a good recipe for a country in general. I mean, in general, the education here in Australia is not free, but it's a lot cheaper than what it is for you guys.
It's almost like a sick joke to me, though, because growing up, all I heard was you have to have an education to be successful in life, but then you get so bogged down in student loan debt to make that education possible that it's like, it's a sick freaking joke, dude. I tell people, I'm like, man, I'm going to be paying these student loans until I'm like 90.
The rest of your life. Like in 20 years after you come as well.
I'm still waiting on someone to hack FAFSA or whatever it's called, hack the student loan account, studentloan.gov, and just like wipe it.
Yeah. I will say education, especially in this day and age, I don't equate like education with formal education necessarily. I think if you want to become a doctor, you definitely need to go to an educational institution. But there's so much you can learn on the internet and with AI now for free and faster. And I think that's great because I think it's democratizing education. I'm beginning to sound like a politician. It must be because of that State of the Union address that's doing the rounds at the moment. On to more important matters. Haley, introduce your friend.
This is Cobalt. He's a Nebulum. He's purring. I don't think you can hear him, though. He came to say hello. This is my cat. Oh, he wants to leave now, I think.
Now he's camera
But
shy, is he?
he likes to make an appearance whenever we podcast.
And sweet boy. Are boy cats the ones that spray?
Well, he's neutered, so he doesn't spray anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're finding out. Christina said, yes, I'm on my path to a health psychologist, and it's amazing how much it's all related. Absolutely. I think that's why I put mindset in the book front and center. Wynn has a question for you, Peyton. Do you want to take this one?
I can paint a dog. Is that the question? You want me to paint your dog, Wynn? I will.
What kind of dog, Wynn?
I'm sure Peyton will be happy to take commissions, and she can put the money to St. Jude, which we're going to talk about. Sorry, Peyton, if I'm speaking for maybe you don't have time to do it, but it's all for a good cause, right?
Yeah, I can do it. I mean, I thought about doing that too as part of the fundraising that I'm doing for St. Jude. But I just wasn't sure if anybody would actually bite on commissions or not.
Can I say, if you do the commission, Peyton, you have I told you this, right? We go back to the video. Let's bring up this video. And Wynn, I encourage you to get a commission if you can, only because I want you to look at Peyton's. Where is it? Look at this autograph. Can we just talk about how cool that autograph is?
That's
it
a
looks
famous
like
person's autograph.
Exactly.
Like,
How did
that's
you
a
come
sell
up
it
with
on
this?
eBay in 50 years autograph.
So my speed painting coach is an artist herself, and she has a fabulous autograph. And I decided if I was going to be Miss Georgia Volunteer or Miss Volunteer America, I had to have a fabulous autograph. I'm not going to sign people's pages or my headshot with chicken scratch. So I wanted something that all flowed together. And she told me just to play with the shapes of the letters rather than the actual name itself. And I started squiggling on my paper and realized that that could be both a P and a C, and was able to attach my first and last name together.
So swaggy.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Do y'all think that's something that's important for a queen to have as a good autograph? Because that's definitely never something I got down pat.
No, I think that's just that side of my brain.
Okay, but the other two said yes, it's important.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, okay, right. I think it's important, but the thing is, Peyton doesn't even need to think about it, and she can naturally do it. If I was going to come up with a cool autograph, I would need to strategize a thing out, because I'm not creative like Peyton. Peyton is the most creative person I've ever met. I think she could turn anything into art that people would and should buy. So for her, it's not a chore. For me, I'm looking at that going, I'm still on stick figures. Teach me your ways.
Yeah.
I can't do art to save my life. And I'm looking at this going, can I get a lesson so I can make my autograph? I don't know how you did this.
How did you discover that you could do this?
art or my signature?
Art.
So I I guess just did it one day. I was 5 years old, not in kindergarten, but in whatever, is it pre-K?
Yeah.
I think that's pre-K before that. And we had an art class, and I guess I was just doing my thing in art class, and my teacher decided to submit one of my paintings that I had done in class to the county art show, and I won first place out of the whole primary school that I was going up against. And so my mom, of course, kept that piece of art and realized that I maybe had a calling and has fostered it ever since.
Okay. Okay. Now, speed painting. You do it upside down?
Mm.
Do you just have like a random hair up your butt one day and you were like, let me try to paint something upside down really fast and see how this goes?
Kind of. It's
Wait, actually.
almost. I decided that I could do it. And my mom told me no, I couldn't, that I could not do that in 90 seconds. I needed to pick something else, find something else to do. Maybe I could learn how to dance really quickly or something.
Okay.
And I was like, no, art has always been my thing. This has always been my calling. I think I can do it faster than anybody else if I had one image to make, right? Over and over and over again. So at first I did it right side up. my first competition where I was speed painting Eminem, by the way, if you didn't know that about me. It was Eminem. And it was obvious to me what it was before I was done, and it was aggravating me in the 90 seconds that I was doing it. I didn't want the audience, regardless of the music that was playing, I didn't want the audience to know exactly what I was painting. And so when it came to the Mona Lisa, which was my next image, I did it upside down.
It's really aggressive. It's really iconic.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It stresses me out thinking about it. It makes me sweaty. So the fact that you're like, I'm going to get up here and bust this out in a minute and a half, like, please sit back and enjoy your popcorn while I do this is incomprehensible. Is that the right word?
That's a nice tertiary educated word right there, Morgan.
Thank
well
you.
done.
Paid a lot of money for that word.
It takes a lot of studying, but I can get it done.
Eminem, at first when you said that, I thought you meant the candy and not like
Marshall Mathers.
Mom's spaghetti.
Even I think I could paint an M&M. It's a circle with an M on it, right? That's probably
they're
not
a little more
Detailed
than that. They have gloves and shoes.
and attitude.
Oh, okay.
Attitude. Attitude. Walk off. Attitude.
I was telling Haley the other day that I always am very interested, and this might be the ADHD side of my brain, anytime anyone takes something to like an extreme. And so, painting, okay, but speed painting upside down to music. And then my brain just goes, what happens if you did it like with your wrong hand? It's like anyone, like if someone's obsessed about coffee, right? I saw someone the other day, there's a really famous, he passed away, but Victor Borge, who was a pianist, and he was a comedian as well. And so he'd do these comic stand-up routines whilst using a grand piano. He's like a concert pianist. So people like that, I think it was because I was talking with Haley about, what was it? Haley was like Chicago deep dish, wasn't it? Yeah. Because when I was in Chicago, we went to Giordano's, and I'd never had a Chicago deep dish. And one of those experiences, Haley asked me how I found it, and I said, it's close to can't say what I was going to say. As close to a spiritual experience as you could have. Because when you're just excited and something, and it's going to be good even before you've had it. And I will say, if any one of you wants a Giordano's pizza, I signed up, and they do free freight, but obviously only in America. So if any of you wants a flash frozen Giordano's deep dish pizza sent to you, and I need to send a minimum of 2, because I won't do 1, okay, we'll fight afterwards. Because I'm like, and you need to send me photos because I can't get it over here. And I looked at the photos and I'm like, I'm so hungry right now.
Peyton will FaceTime you and let you listen to her chew.
I will, and I'll play a TV show in the background. Or you could order it to an Airbnb in Jackson, Tennessee, and then when you get down there, it's ready.
I'm lactose intolerant, but gang, let's do it. I'm down.
There are some things that are worth dying for, Morgan.
I'm down.
There are pills for that. There's like a
There
lactate
are.
pill.
Or you just gotta let
Tough it out.
nature take its course. I'll come out, y'all. Sometimes you leave the bathroom and you like feel like extra skinny afterwards. Like,
Oh yeah.
I'll aim for prelim night for the pizza. So finals night, I'm like, you're telling me I'm skinny. Yeah.
We've taken the tone down a notch. That's great. Haley, what's your favorite? Since you were the one who seemed to bring up the Chicago deep dish and were grilling me on it, what's your favorite topping for the deep dish?
For deep dish pizza, I think you have to go classic pepperoni. But if I'm just making a pizza, I do chicken and tomatoes.
Ew.
I'm sorry. With like a spicy sauce. Yeah.
Hold on. Start from the bottom. So you've got crust.
So,
Then what?
okay. If I'm going to Blaze Pizza, which is my favorite place to do pizza because I get to like pick everything, I do the high-rise dough and then either pesto or spicy sauce, and then shredded mozzarella, Parmesan, grilled chicken, and then grape tomatoes. And then you do a little bit of oregano, maybe spinach, and then like an olive oil finisher.
No cheese?
She
I
said
said
cheese.
Berlin Parmesan.
Yeah, she added cheese.
Yeah.
Chill, Peyton.
I
Chill.
love
You look
Monster.
like you're having a coronary right there.
Not
Chill.
even pizza. That's just bread.
I just feel, I don't know.
Don't knock
Chicken
it
and
till you try
tomatoes
it.
is an odd.
Sounds
It's
good.
good.
I would eat it.
It's good.
I wouldn't eat it, but I wouldn't judge you. I'm not going to judge anyone for their pizza order.
I think that's like a classy version of a pizza. I would love that, but I also sometimes just love like the pepperoni, and you know it's going to probably take 5 years off of your life. But can I say I interviewed Miss Pennsylvania volunteer this week.
Love
And
her. That's
two
my
things.
baby.
Two things, and I don't know if Haley wants to chime in on this because she's from Pennsylvania, or Miss Georgia wants to chime in on this because she just loves her cheese. She doesn't like cheese, and she doesn't like chocolate.
I thought we were going to be
she's
friends.
gonna- Exactly. That's
Y'all are going to be friends. You're
I
gonna
have to
love each
text
other.
her. I need to text her right now and be like, hey, we haven't talked yet before, but you don't like chocolate?
we haven't talked before, but we can't be friends because I was saying you need to eat it. You need to be eating it because I asked her because it's a pageant interview. I was like, "What did you have for dinner?" And she had like a chicken teriyaki bowl, which is great. And I said, "Shouldn't you be eating a Philly cheesesteak?" And she goes, "I don't like cheese."
I'm being
was so
completely
confused.
facetious, by the way, in case that didn't come across.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Where
No,
is she
you'll like
from?
her. She's a funky duck because what was she saying? I caught the very last bit of the live. And what was she saying about being a mortician, Adrian?
Oh, yeah, no. So she had selective mutism, which if you guys have watched Big Bang Theory, it's what Raj had, and so literally is you cannot speak in front of certain people, and she overcame it, which is ridiculous because now she's a pageant queen and you need to be able to speak. But at one point, it had gotten so bad that she looked up, she Googled, what jobs can I get that don't require me to speak with humans? And the number one thing that came up, exactly, Peyton, thank you. The one thing that came up was mortician. And now if you hear her speak, she actually kind of reminds me in a way of Haley because she is that well-spoken.
Super
And I don't know if
well-spoken.
that's a Pennsylvania thing.
We're good
It's
at
like it's quick. But it's quick.
We are.
It's sharp, but it's quick. It's sharp. It's economical as well. Like there's no mist. Like I'm going to slightly go on a tangent and what and
Focus.
it just struck me. Like you need to keep on your toes with that girl because it's like she's going to answer your question. Then you need to have a follow up.
Yep.
I don't know what you were laughing at. Is that a Pennsylvania thing? I don't know. I don't want to get into arguments about states. I don't know
No,
anything.
I mean, I do like the clients that I've had who are in Pennsylvania. You're not wrong. They speak incredibly well.
Yep.
I don't know. Is it like you have, meanwhile, me and Peyton down here just doing the best we can, Bo. I don't know if it's because you've got like the like northern, like there's not a strong accent. I don't know if it's because like you get the little bit of like that quick-wittedness, but most people from Pennsylvania are still like smaller town raised, so you get that politeness mixed into it. They all speak super well. It's freaking weird. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's like they have this odd little cult that they usher these people into between the ages of like 16 and 20, and they're like, we're gonna talk real quick.
No, it's just like pageants in Pennsylvania become very public speaking heavy because that is typical for us. It's probably an education thing to some degree. I did live in Alabama until I was 10. And then when I moved to Pennsylvania, I was relentlessly bullied for my accent. So I don't really have it anymore. Like there are certain words sometimes where you're like, what was that? But no, it could have something to do with it. Since I could see that. But I think we do a lot of public speaking for our classes as well. In Pennsylvania, especially college, like it's just a baseline expectation that you will at some point perform in a musical or a play when you're in school. You will do public speaking for presentations. Like everybody kind of goes through things that get you past speaking difficulties in Pennsylvania education, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was just impressive for someone to overcome selective mutism.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, you hear a lot of people talking about how they were apparently like suffering with depression and anxiety. And sometimes when you dig under the hood, it's like, no, you weren't. You were just sad and you're making it up, which really annoys me as someone who was diagnosed and then, was suicidal twice. It's like, don't fake your advocacy.
Yeah.
But selective mutism is is a very real thing, and she overcame it, and she's a very good speaker now, and raising a lot of money for a charity over there that deals with selective mutism. So I'm always happy to see people doing the real work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Happy to give them a shout out, not people trying to handle my coattails and pushing their interview techniques. Peyton, you had your hand up before, sorry, but
What's your last name?
Audrey?
Whisman. Whisman.
Oh, Adrian? Yours.
Whose?
Kwan?
Yours, Adrian?
Why do you want to know my name?
I'm working on your signature.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, I'm so confused.
That's
all right.
So
your brain, by the way, is the only one that confuses me. I can keep up with anyone's tangents, but yours is so tangential. I'm like, what? Chicken this? And now my Kwan.
Kwan.
And then I will send you my autograph and you can mock how ugly it is. Morgan, I appreciate you for saying Kwan and not Kwan, as 99% of Americans do. Adrian Kwan.
Really?
Please tell me no one's ever called you Kwan.
Oh my god.
Like,
I ain't
actually,
making this up. And it's painful because you don't want to correct people. Because it's like, yeah, that's not my name. Not my name. Miss Poe. Yes, Miss Poe.
Yeah. Miss Pennsylvania Volunteer, where is she from in Pennsylvania? That she's not eating Philly
No,
cheese?
she's not in Philadelphia per se. I think her dad is there. She's somewhere near Gettysburg, if that
Oh, okay.
makes
That's
sense.
like
I
south
think
of
she's
you.
going to college somewhere near there.
Okay.
If I'm completely honest, speaking with her, I wasn't prepared enough. Well, it's not that I wasn't prepared enough. I don't know enough about American culture because she was talking to me about the bullet, right? And I know and I know the Gettysburg Address, but I don't know enough about it. And that was a shame because I really would have liked to ask more about it. Unfortunately, I just can't know everything about everything, which I really would like to. But she's a sharp cookie. That one. And just for the record, Morgan and Peyton, I love your guys' accents. The Southern accent has always been my favorite.
If it makes you feel better, I don't think that
Pennsylvanian accents.
I feel like you probably know as much about American culture as most Americans do. So, like,
yeah, but it's my job as an interviewer
I don't
to
even
do
know.
my.
When you say the bullet, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Guess we all need to do a cultural excursion to Pennsylvania.
Can you provide some more context for what we're talking about?
We need to do a field trip. Sorry.
Oh, so when I was interviewing Audrey, because she goes to a college somewhere near Gettysburg, I think, and she was mentioning something about the bullet. I don't know what it is. I mean, look, I won't go into it because I don't know what I'm talking about. But
me either.
I mean,
though.
when I get ready for interviews, I do the prep. So it's interview like social media stalking. Which by the way, guys, if you are doing a pageant, make sure your social media is on point. PSA there for Haley's interview. Before Haley's interview, I watched every episode of Pretty Down to Earth. Even for one person's interview, I read their entire thesis. It was like a 10,000 word thesis on education.
That's
and I read the whole thing. I mean, that's kind of my job. Whereas Morgan, before I interviewed her, she was doing her research because she thought I was going to ask her, so she did it the other way around. So I don't know.
I did. I did have someone ask me a random question, which is kind of gonna be interesting. But someone slid up on my Insta story and said, "How do you feel when directors pick their winners?" Which to me is like, because I was like, "Oh, we're getting into it. Let's talk about in it."
Shall we address this?
Want to chime in here? Anyone want to chime in here?
Who's doing
Yeah.
that?
Oh, they do that.
I
I can completely attest that I've had friends who have been judges and have been told either who to select or who not to select. I have heard horror stories that this is a thing that actually exists.
It should not.
Hopefully not at the national level, hopefully not even at the state level.
Right.
But let's just say like a cute little local. The stories I've heard have been for local pageants, like preliminaries to states. Yeah.
So I got a question like this on Instagram maybe a few months ago, and I think there's two ways of doing it, right? There's the obviously shady way where it's underhanded. No, don't do that. I know it happens. Don't do it. Because if I find out about it, I'm calling you out on it. Okay. On the other hand, in a specific case, I will say if a director, we all know great directors, right? Hopefully some of you have been lucky enough out there to work with them. They know you backwards. They know what their system is, and they always follow through. If in that case, the question is, do I think a director should have some say in who gets to represent their system, especially given that the director is always the one dealing with you, and maybe the director realizes, hey, this girl I need to follow up 5,000 times. That one does it first, like she's always on time, right? I think they should have some sort of say, but I think it's how it's done. Mm-hmm. If you're going to have say, the girls should know it, is basically what I'm trying to say. And there should be specific rules about it, right? If the director's going to be on the judging panel, okay, say why, say what the rules are going to be, and also set some boundaries, okay? Because it's not about playing favorites. So I don't think directors should be completely excluded, because as a business owner, if I was owning a system, I'd be like, yes, I do want some say, and here's why. But if you're talking about doing it underhanded because you want to play favorites or you're taking money, no, absolutely not.
But wanting some say in the same way as if you were holding contestant orientation or something and you said, hi guys, welcome in, blah, blah, blah. What we are looking for is someone who knows how to handle themselves in front of the media, someone who is going to represent the brand beautifully, help us to grow the organization in those specific terms, right? Like that's the say that because then that way you can tell the contestants the exact same thing you told the judges. This is what we're looking for.
Exactly. So I would prefer to know, here's the thing. I would prefer to bring on judges who know what they're doing, understand the mission and the vision of what we're trying to accomplish, and then hopefully I wouldn't need to be on the board. It's a problem if you bring Z-list celebrities on who used to be on Love Island or whatever it was. They know nothing about pageants. They think they're there to pick the prettiest girl. Then, of course, it's just going to be a horror show. But that's a different story. To your point, Morgan, I would say if I was running a pageant, the first thing, orientation, welcome. Here's what we're about. Here's a scoring criteria. Here's what we expect from you. By the way, if you don't like it, we'll give you your money back and you're welcome back anytime. I want to be that clear. That's the level of transparency I would love to see, because I don't think every pageant is for everybody. I just don't. But it's my job to make it very clear up front, not take your money and then make you think we're about environment, as an example. Yeah. And then 6 months in, when I've taken thousands of your dollars and you spent tens of thousands of dollars on a gown and thousands of dollars on coaching, then go, actually, no, you know what, that advocacy that we said was really important? Yeah, we're not going to talk about that, which actually happened at a big pageant here. The girls were literally told, we don't want to hear about your advocacy. And it was an advocacy-based pageant. So those sorts of stories. Peyton, you okay?
Yes.
Sorry.
Did I ruin your night by letting you know that we've heard of these things going down? Are you good?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I mean, I have full faith. I'm in a good spot.
She's like, I'm Gucci over here. But yeah, no, I've definitely had friends and acquaintances who have been judges and been told that, which is
crazy.
Full T, insane to me, but
100%. This is because when Haley interviewed me, and Haley, I need to get that interview edited and released. Sorry, I've just been busy this week. But Haley asked me basically what was one piece of advice, and I've had a lot of time to think about what's the one piece of advice I'd give to anyone who wanted it. I'm not saying you need to take my advice, but I said it's self-awareness. Like, you need to know who you are, what you bring to the table, but you also need to realize sometimes not everyone is going to be in your corner, and sometimes people just say things and don't mean it. And that doesn't mean you should be cynical, but it's just like, the eyes wide open. Don't walk down a shady street in a bad neighborhood by yourself. I'm not saying humanity is bad, but, tether your camels sort of thing. So I really think a bit of self-awareness goes really far in this industry. And if you're new to it, you got to get yourself around people who have your back. And I know that's easier said than done. But you'll know your people, hopefully, when you bump into them, and then keep them around and become their best friends. Peyton's smiling because I think she agrees with this, hopefully. But, when you find your own dysfunctional family, create excuses to spend time with them, such as starting up a podcast because you just like spending time with people. That's literally not a word of a lie why I started doing this. Like, well, I just want to chat with these guys once a week, and if we have a podcast, they can't run away unless they're dying like Morgan was, or passed out like Haley was with a migraine, or Peyton became a victim of the Verizon scam. So, well, not scam. It was a huge national outage.
Scam. Call it a scam.
Yeah.
Say what it is.
By the way, we should just discuss before we sign off for tonight. Succession or secession. Like, if I'm not here, or I get struck by a gum tree or a carnivorous koala, one of you will have to be the host. So, who wants hosting duties if I'm dead? You're pointing to nothing, Peyton. What are you? Thank you. Like, who are you pointing at? You're pointing to the stage right, stage exit. All right.
Backwards for me.
I was gonna say, you're not pointing to me. I'd be the first one to get us canceled immediately. Immediately. Do you know how unhinged this thing would be? Adrian keeps the peace. Haley is the classic approach. Peyton and I are the feral
Lunatics.
kids. We're the feral kids. Like, it would have to be Haley because, well, Peyton, I think, would keep it a lot classier than I would. Me, I'd just be dogging people out, calling people out, not by name, not like this one specific person, but like it would be a lot of if the shoe fits scenarios. It would be, I feel, y'all know who Theo Vaughn is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be like Theo Vaughn's podcast, and I just don't know. Probably.
I've only seen snippets of it.
Just this direction.
I was going to suggest I throw Haley under the bus. She's also doing her journalism.
There we go.
So, Haley, I will say, if you can handle this crew, you've earned your stripes. Forget any Harvard course.
Thank you.
This is harder than any Harvard course.
What?
Mama Haley.
I'd go for Mama. Mama Morgan would start calling her Mama, and that would.
No, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, mother.
Haley,
Mother.
Haley, all it takes. Watch this. Are you ready? This is all it takes. Haley, would you like to sign us off for this week?
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Come here.
Do you want to get everyone caught up, like anything that got exciting this week, and then you can wrap things up?
Yeah. Adrian, what are you doing this week?
Well, when I'm not dealing with Barry or what was his name? When I'm not dealing with people like that, we've got 2 mock interviews coming up. Mitt wins in one of them. We've got a few of the teen volunteer contestants doing that as well. And I have something coming. Oh, we have an interview next week with, I can't remember her name. Someone. I'm sorry. My brain's frazzled today, but I've got an interview coming up next week.
Okay.
So that's me.
Nice. Peyton, what are you doing this week?
I have a bunch of appointments coming up pre-teen volunteer nationals. I have a trip to Dressing Dreams on Sunday. I have a pageant to judge on Saturday. On Monday and Tuesday, I have a bunch of appointments. And then Wednesday, I have 2 appearances in the morning and then some more appointments, spray tan, hair, things like that. Yeah. And then I leave Thursday morning early for Jackson, Tennessee, with a little stop in Nashville first.
Dang, it's already here?
It's here.
Man.
Safe travels.
Safe travels. Are you driving or flying?
Oh, no, I'm driving. It's like 4 hours. It's nothing.
Cool. How is it 4 hours for you? But then when I Googled driving to Jackson, Tennessee, it's telling me 10.5 hours.
Oh, I'm an hour from from Chattanooga, if that.
Yeah, because I'm currently debating on driving or flying. But like, Adrian, when you flew in last year, did you fly into the Jackson airport?
No, I was told not to do that because it was described by AI as inconsistent and erratic. So I flew into
because I looked it up and it's like key lime or kiwi air or something that goes in there. So then my options are Memphis, which is rough, or Nashville.
Yeah,
Nashville's a 2.5 hour drive.
Yeah, Memphis is closer to Jackson, But what I
Nice.
will
Fly
say
to
is when I
Memphis.
told people I was flying into Memphis, everyone messaged me and said, that is danger, danger, Will Robinson, danger. So I was like, oh, great, I'm flying in here. And so I basically flew in and then drove straight out. So
Yeah,
they get it.
that's the only way you can do Memphis. Memphis is rough, dude. It's not a vibe. Memphis makes like I mean, I feel like Memphis and Detroit are like right there together. Um, okay, so I guess what you'll fly into one of the other airports too. Man, love for Jackson, Tennessee, but not an easy location to access. Okay, cool.
We'll make it
Well,
work.
good to
We'll
know.
make it work.
Good to know.
Haley,
Cool.
keep it together. You're in
Yeah.
charge.
Okay, Morgan, what are you doing this week?
I'm ADDing out on the direction that I'm taking this conversation and making it super random. Also, we are moving yet again. We are still staying in Charleston. This is going to be the third move in a year.
Okay.
Not necessarily by choice, so it just became a thing. So we get the keys to our new house on Sunday. We have like 2 months to move. So at some point, this won't be my background anymore. I have to figure out where the new spot in the house is going to be. And yeah, once we get in, I'll give you guys a walkthrough maybe next week. Well, no, because I won't have internet there. I'll take a video and send it to you guys so you can see it. But yeah, we're moving. Outside of that, state season is upon us. USA dates are slowly but surely dropping, and America, and then volunteers coming up. And I swear, as soon as Volunteer Nationals is done, they turn around and they're having state pageants for volunteers. So, we are up the creek, baby, but we have our paddle in both hands. We are in control of this. We are riding the waves with these girls, having the best time ever, snatching waist and encouraging Chick-fil-A orders.
We love. Tomorrow, the second half of season 4 of Bridgerton comes out. So that is what I'm going to be doing. And then I have class, and I will see you guys again next week.
Exactly.
Thank you all for watching this episode of Pageants and Tangents. It was primarily tangents today, and that's okay because that's what we're here for. So thank you all very much.
Hi guys, thanks so much for watching. If you're interested in winning not just at pageantry, but at life, come on over to thepageantproject.com, giving out free weekly pageant coaching tips. You can get all the podcasts and interviews there as well. You can sign up for a member completely for free, doing weekly mock interviews and everything like that. So come on over to thepageantproject.com. Thanks again for watching, and we'll speak to you again soon.